What's going on, people? How's everybody doing today? I'm back. This is your LV Live rant. Sorry, I've been hiatus for a little bit, people, but I'm back. Please continue to check out my channel. I will be back. I'll be doing these on a weekly basis, talk about all types of topics that deserve a rant. Also, too, please check out my other page with me and my partner, Jeff. Blue Steel Show. One word. Please come through and check it out. Also, too, if you like the show, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. It's truly appreciated, man. I thank you guys for coming through and support. So let's get straight to it. The rant today is going to be about my USC Trojans. Boy. I mean, when is enough? For all my people out there in LA, all my Trojans fans all over the world, I think it's time. I think it's time for us to pretty much say it is the end of the Clay Helton era. Let's be clear, all right? I want to be clear about this. I think Clay Helton is a nice guy, and I think he's an okay coach. I'm not going to knock him on that. I think he's okay. But I never thought that he was the perfect fit for USC. For that type of program, you need a top-tier coach, a top 5 coach of the nation to go to USC. With a job like that, you have to have a guy that's prepared for all that comes with USC, the expectations, the Heisman trophies, the national championships, the constant 5-star recruits. Before the Rams got there and the Chargers, the Trojans were the only football team in town. You had UCLA, but they were, UCLA is not USC. So he took over a program that in a lot of ways needed someone to right the ship. I think he did a good enough job of that. But when it gets to the X's and O's and winning games, that's just where he fell short. Now, of course, I know what people are going to say. Hey, man, what about the Rose Bowl? What about the Pac-12 championship? All I'm going to say is one name. Sam Darnold. Without Sam Darnold, Clay Helton does not win those championships. Rose Bowl or Pac-12. And after Sam Darnold left, then everything started to get exposed. And he was who we kind of painted him out to be. Now, once again, let's be clear. Let's not talk about his character. I think Clay Helton is a great guy. I think he stands for a lot. He brought the whole mantra to USC, faith, family, football. I think that's great. And let's not talk about the man, because I think the man is a tremendous guy. We're strictly speaking of coaching and what it takes to be the man. The man meaning the head coach of the University of Southern California, the Trojans. What it takes to be that guy, he just didn't have it. And I think that what has happened is USC has been able to get some wins here and there that kind of covers up what a lot of those problems are. But in reality, when you're playing against a top-tier school that's got top-tier athletes, well, you saw what happened Saturday night. Throttled. We're not even going to say blown out. We're going to say throttled. And it reminds me a lot of when they went down to Texas and they got throttled by Alabama. And then when they went down to the Fiesta Bowl, I believe it was. I could be wrong. Please, people, if you're there, correct me. If I'm wrong, please. And they got throttled by Ohio State. These things continue to happen. Now it's time. It's time, people. It's time. We're losing too many recruits. Guys are jumping ship. All the top players from Southern California that would never have thought of going to any other place but USC is now looking elsewhere. Guys are looking all the way on the East Coast. Programs like Clemson, Alabama, Florida, Ohio State, Penn State. All those Northeast, Southeast programs are stealing away all the talent from Southern California. I think this might be probably like the worst USC recruiting class that they've had probably in the last 10 years. So now we have to sit and kind of figure out which direction this program is going to go in. I think I know which direction they need to go in. We all know. We all see him out there in California chilling, getting tan, on the set with Reggie Bush. We see him. And we know who he is. I'm hearing whispers in the background that they're kind of making discussions about, who the AD is going to be. I think it was reported, like Bruce Feldman or a couple other guys, I believe that's who it was, that they're looking at AD out of Cincinnati. Mike Bohm, I think that's his name. Cincinnati guy. You see any connections? Ohio. I think that guy that we like is from Ohio too, I believe. I think that USC needs to pull the trigger, man. I just think it's time. I think it's time because you don't want to lose any more headway. People don't know. Well, I'm sure they do know if they're listening to my page. Recruiting starts now. Signing period is December 18th. That's the early signing period. All these kids are pretty much ready to sign. They're ready, signed, sealed, ready, and delivered to go to their schools. You're coming in the ninth inning to try to save a recruiting class. So now we have to sit down and we have to figure out which direction this program is going to go in. And the frustrating part is that we've had to wait for years when we all knew years ago that that change needed to happen. He might have won some games and, we might be like, I don't know. He's okay, but he's just missing something. And Clay Helton is who I'm speaking of. I'm going to say it again. We're not speaking of the man. We're speaking of the coach. And I think that it's not fair to the university. That's not fair to these players. I think it's time, people. I think it's time for USC to move on, get back in prominence, and become the powerhouse that they've always been. Get back to winning Heisman trophies, national championships, and bring Reggie Bush back. Bring him back. Put that number 5 jersey back in the Coliseum. He deserves it. Let's bring that glory back to USC. And once they come back, the recruits will come. And then we got to get back to getting all those 5-star guys on the East Coast. Let them come out and see that California weather, those beaches, those palm trees, and the bright lights of Hollywood on a Saturday night in USC in the Coliseum. There's nothing better, people. Nothing better. But you need the right guy to do that. You need the right guy to deliver that. And he's right there. He's right there. Right next to, ironically, Reggie Bush. Right on the set. Yep, that's my rant, people. Please hit me up. LV Live. Hit the like, share, subscribe button. Please leave your comments, statements. Also, too, check out my show, Blue Steel Show. Me and my boy Jeff. Blue Steel Show. Also, too, hit us up with an email, bluesteelshow@gmail.com. bluesteelshow@gmail.com. Once again, I'll be doing these next couple of weeks. Excuse me, I'm back. I'll be doing this a couple of times during the week. Excuse me. It's been a long time, people, but I'm glad to be back on my rants. You'll be getting these, man. But let's bring it back home, Trojans. Let's get back to prominence. You know what we got to do. Fight on.